all the talk is, okay, what does he do next? Does he get himself ready to run for president? I think that a couple items, come into play is whether or not Joe Biden decides to run for reelection.
Right.
He he's been given indications that he is going to run for reelection. At the same time, is does Kamala if Biden decides not to run, does Kamala Harris decide to put in her hat in the ring? And now you got two Californians who know each other pretty well. Would they be running against one another? Would Gavin go out and challenge her?
Oh, I don't think there's any question about that. We who know him, he's not going to be intimidated by her, nor should he be, by the way. I mean, again, we talked about this on the last podcast. I mean, she's spending time in Massachusetts, where, helping a Democrat get elected governor who I think that was the first race called in the country. The woman was the previous attorney general, was going to win going away. It's Massachusetts, for Pete's sake. And then she gets up on stage on election night and, does the cackle. I don't know what else to call it. And starts talking, and people, it's cringeworthy sometimes when you listen to it. If he doesn't run, there ain't no way, shape, or form that Gavin doesn't run. And nor should he, defer to anybody. I mean, I'm not a Gavin Newsom cheerleader, but, he's the governor of the largest state. He's, super progressive and liberal. And he's got a ability to raise a ton of money. He shouldn't blink to anybody on the Democrat side other than Joe Biden, because Joe Biden is the president of the United States and the leader of his party. And I don't think he will. I mean, I think if Joe decides, one's enough, or it's decided for him that one's enough, I don't think there's any doubt, regardless of what the numbers were, that Gavin gets into it. I don't think there's any doubt whatsoever.
I don't think so either. I think the thing that isn't in doubt is you can just tell that Gavin is itching for some sort of debate between him and DeSantis. He's looking to figure out a way where he can challenge him, and I don't see Gavin's current um, position of going into other states and challenging Republicans in their states stopping anytime soon.
No, I think he's going to be an in-your-face kind of guy. Um, and I'd love to, I'd love to see the two of them debate. You would have, do not underestimate, and if you haven't learned that by Tuesday, you really ought to pay attention. Don't underestimate Ron DeSantis. And you don't win the way Ron DeSantis won because of politics. You win the way Ron DeSantis won because of governing. The people of Florida like the way he governs. They like the way he runs the state. They like the fact that he, at times, can be reaching across the aisle, but at other times punching back. When you do as well as he did in a very demographically diverse state like Florida, and he does well everywhere, then that's something to pay attention to. And so, watching those two, even if neither one of them were the presidential candidate, watching the two of them debate, man, that would be pay-per-view stuff. No doubt about it. That's pay-per-view glory. Get Vince McMahon or the MMA guy, Dana White, to sponsor that baby, because they can make a ton of money on that one. Even if they're not running against each other, just have a debate with the two of them. It would be great to watch, because it's two different visions of America and two different visions of governing.